Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? Welcome back to our newest Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today I'll probably present you a match I had yesterday against Knight, and this match is ending, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, the excitement this match is ending was incredible. In around 6 years I've been playing online competitive against others ever since 2007 up to 2013 up to this very day. This ending takes the cake by a long mile. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna lead with Gengar, expect him to lead with Ferrothorn, but he actually leads with Starmie, which was kinda surprising. But then again, looking at his team, I've come to realize that it's probably in my best interest to take this thing down very quickly. It's a rapid spinner, and I may just put his Stealth Rocks on the field. And when I say his Stealth Rocks, I literally mean his own Stealth Rocks, yeah. Anyways, I'm switching out because I'm expecting Bullet Punch from this Scizor. Actually, thinking about it, Starmie was not that big of a threat because just checking out my team, I have so many ways of handling it. I could have even threatened it out with this mobile Sucker Punch and so forth, so I don't know. I guess I should have not allowed my Gengar to get damaged like that, but I kind of thought, you know, early exchange damage like that because most people think that the Gengar runs the Mega Stone. He's gonna stay in, not really expecting the Focus Sash, but that's what happened. Anyways, he did go for the Bullet Punch. I know I can take, and I did take it quite well, but afterwards he's gonna switch out to Ferrothorn to kind of try to wall me, but Ferrothorn actually has a hard difficulty handling Mega Mobile on the switch, especially if he goes for the +2, because, you know, Rocky Helmet is a good way of handling it, to wear it down, the lead seat and so forth, but that crit did an immense amount, especially when you consider that I was having some pre-experience against Ferrothorns before, and it did over half. So I'm guessing this one is actually a defensive spread, so just judging by how much they did with the crit, it's absolutely ridiculously insane. Mega Mobile strength knows no bounds. Anyways, I'm gonna switch out to my Ditto because I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna fail taking him down. I don't want to risk such chances. I may as well switch out to Ditto, turn into him, and put up his own spikes. Because I'm thinking, you know what? You want to make this house dirty? Let's make this house dirty. Both gonna be in pain. Chandelure is also gonna be in pain. Anyways, I'm gonna switch out to Gengar to be a Defar to see what kind of move he's gonna lock himself into if he is Choice Scarf. But then again, I believe he still has a Staraptor, which is another possibility of Choice Scarf. But then again, he could be Choice Bandit. I'm switching out to Mobile after seeing him lock into Shadow Ball. I'm just gonna go for the Sucker Punch. I should have expected him to switch out, but I was thinking that he's gonna think that I will see the switch coming. But then again, he does have the Rocky Helmet and Iron Head, so I guess not getting damage on it was actually in my best interest if he did decide to switch out to it. But I was actually expecting the lead seat on the switch, expecting me to switch out. Now, surprisingly, he did go for Gyro Ball directly against the Venusaur on the switch, and being that the grass types are fully immune to the likes of lead seat and so forth, so I was thinking it's a good switch. But as you can see, he actually goes for Gyro Ball again as I switch out to my own Ditto because I'm thinking, you know what, at the amount of HP he's at and at the amount of HP I'm at, I have an upper hand because he cannot touch me without damaging his own self. So that is excellent. Gonna go for my own Gyro Ball because one-on-one I should win because he doesn't have any sorts of recovery whatsoever. And this thing is gonna get damage on the switch. Don't really do that much. Kind of give me thinking it's a defensive one just because Gyro Ball really didn't do anything. But then again, I do believe I have Scarf on it. So I guess that kind of makes sense why I was doing that little, considering that Gudra is not the fastest Pokemon out there, but then again it is pretty decently fast. Anyways, I'm switching out directly into my Northern Assault Vest, and I'm gonna go for the Draco Meteor. Try to throw some meteors at it at the end of the world, which is pretty insane. This thing absolutely actually survives the apocalypse like it's nothing. Goes directly for the Draco, Dragon Pulse, Draco Pulse. That would have been pretty crazy to name a move. Draco Pulse, Draco Bite. But that was enough to take me down, and I had to switch out to something much more appropriate. In this case, I'm going to switch out to my Staraptor, you know, Stealth Rocks and so forth. Let's go for that Shrink, the Brave Burden. To move like this and have huge reckless moves such as this guy, you know, this guy holds a huge burden. It really does. And it absolutely dominates the Ferrothorn. But unfortunately, the Rocky Helmet as well as all this stuff, Iron Barbs and so forth, are going to be doing a lot of damage. Not to mention the Recall as well. That was pretty crazy. He was actually expecting me to switch out to Ditto to transform into him, expecting the Fire type move. Plus I'm a flash fire and so forth. Not to mention this Raptor is immune to the likes of Shadow Ball. So switch could have been, but I didn't. I was just playing it safe, and he did overpredict. So that was excellent for me to actually play it safe on that particular turn of time. And Gudra is gonna come in as I switch out to my Ditto, turn into his Chandler, just go for the Shadow Ball. And nothing truly appreciates me overpredicting like Scizor with Flamethrower and whatnot. But that's gonna give him the opportunity to switch out to Scizor, fully realizing that he can probably take 2 Shadow Balls at the amount of HP he's at. Not to mention that is a big threat, especially if he does decide to start setting up on me. So that is something that I'm a little bit scared of. And what do you know, he's gonna go directly for the +2. So I'm thinking, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna need to stay in right now. I'm gonna need to do my best, but unfortunately that will not be enough, because Bullet Punch priority, of course, taking me down without any chance of survivability there. And I'm gonna need to switch out to my Mega Mobile, go for the Sucker Punch, which was this was dumb, because Scizor normally outspeeds me. I completely forgot that the priority Bullet Punch goes before Sucker Punch if the Pokemon using it is faster than you, because they both possess +1 priority. So that was pretty bad on my behalf, but he did go for the +2. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment of truth. I'm gonna switch out to my own Ditto, go for the Imposter, turn into his Beast, his Destruction, his Shinigami. Seeing the damage, kinda scared that the second one is not gonna be enough, just because of the damage input right there. Kinda gives me worrying a bit. Minimum could have been, but we got a crit. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just say that we will never know. I guess you can calc if you want. I'm not even sure on his EV spread, but whatever the case, he's got Roost, he's got Sword Dance, he's got Bullet Punch, he's got U-Turn, I believe, because I believe you still cannot have Bug Bite as of right now. But anyways, Quick Attack, 1 HP survival, ladies and gentlemen, 1 HP survival. Go for that Revenge Bullet Punch, take down his F16, his Raptor, and this is coming down to his Chandler, probably Choice Scarf, and his Raptor may have been banded, I'm not sure, but whatever the case, go for the Bullet Punch, take down his Chandler, and that was the game, guys. That ending, let me just tell you one more thing. I only had 1 more Bullet Punch at my disposal, and I would have been locking myself into struggle after that. It didn't come to a draw, it didn't come to a Focus Sash survival, it literally come down to a legitimate 1 HP survival with only 1 more PP on Bullet Punch, and I was Scarf, so I would have been locked into it. Yes, into struggle. Anyways, guys, I guess that second Sword Dance pretty much cost him the match. What he should have done normally is go for the +2, and that would have been enough. Just go for the Roost and pretty much PP stall my Bullet Punch, because that is the thing I would need to lock myself into if I would have any sort of chance against the other teammates he was having in the background. But he didn't do that, and that's something that we always learn. Us sometimes just have this greed, and it is the greedy part of us that tends to cost us a lot in life. So this is no exception in gaming. Anyways, guys, with that being said, great game night. Had a blast. Hope you guys have enjoyed this match as much as I did. This match was incredible. It was one of those exciting moments, especially the ending, and this whole match was really enjoyable for me. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this match. If you did, if you liked the ending, give it a like, share it with everybody else. Thank you very much, guys, for your continued support, and until next time, take care, guys. Peace.